So here's the thing. This is called Omi or Omi. A brand sent it, and I didn't really talk to the brand. They just had like a Shopify email they sent me. I need to increase latency after the stream. Yeah, because I mean, we have great internet, so it's not like... Right, I know it has to be done like before or whatever. We have great internet, so it's not like it would really hurt us to fix the latency issue, but... Anyway, back to this. Thank you, Ben. Brand sent me this. It's just a listening device, basically, that connects with their software, and then you can utilize ChatGPT, really anything. There's so many apps and API keys. You can just basically make this your personal assistant that you wear around your neck. What I've been loving doing is just at the very base level, I leave it recording the entire day, which is a little shifty for a lot of people, privacy concerns, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sharing any government secrets here, so like it can listen to me taking a poop. I don't care. But then at the end of the day, I can literally be like, hey, what were some prolific thoughts I had today? Or remind me what William said in our meeting earlier. Like, I don't know. I don't want to rely on it too much, but I'm testing it out, and it's just a really cool thing. And at the end of the day, I just say, like, give me a rundown of everything that happened today. And I'm trying to think how I can utilize that information as well. If I should start some sort of AI-created journal or something. Wow, I'm burping so much. I apologize. I just ate. I was cramming food. Been working all morning. But anyway, it's interesting. The battery life lasts a long time. If ever I don't want to be recording, I just push the button. Remind me what I said while I was pooping. Dude, I tell you what. What's funny is I've started to, like, whenever I'm thinking of something that I'm like, I need to remember this, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to be thinking this out loud so this can hear me. So I've started talking out loud to myself more, which is kind of fine because I'm either here at the studio by myself or I'm at home by myself during the day. So it's quite nice. And whenever I have a meeting, it's great. In fact, for production, and William, this concerns you too. The fact that it can record all day is great. Yeah. And there's no subscription fee. You just pay for the device. And I guess it's because like you're utilizing ChatGPT or something. I don't know. I don't really know how that works. They'll probably start charging for it eventually. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I just recorded a review of this watch, the No Watch, and I had it under my shirt recording. That's cool, but also creepy, but also cool. Yeah, Craig, that's kind of AI summed up, isn't it? Like that's basically it. I have so many thoughts. But while I was recording the review of this watch, I had it recording. So after that, I literally went, and what's really cool too is the app will like section out different things that have happened. It's not just like this running list. In each sort of like section of your day or like conversation that you have, it will summarize that. So like if it realizes I was in a meeting and then I stopped talking to those people and now I'm reviewing a product, it knows those are two different things. And so it sort of sections those off and summarizes them and pulls out key points and key quotes from that, which is fantastic. So I just went back to where it saw I was reviewing the watch, grabbed the transcription of everything I said, threw it into ChatGPT, created the blog post that now I can give to William. William, it's in the job jacket on Notion. You can grab that. And once this goes live on the YouTube channel, you can create the blog post that goes live. So kind of working ahead where before we were having to have Ben edit the whole thing, basically get the transcription from Descript after he'd edited it, share that with William, or William would have to go into the YouTube video itself and download the transcription, then put it into ChatGPT. All that's already done. It's kind of wild. What we're missing is if like, excuse me, if like the client wants us to edit out words and stuff, well, I've already kind of created a blog post around it. So, but the blog is kind of a separate thing than what brands are aware of anyway. So it's kind of okay, I think. But anyway, I'm not required to make a review on this. I'm kind of like inclined to. I think I might want to. There's so much. This is one of those devices kind of like Terminal, where like you can get really nerdy with it and like do a whole bunch of like linking to calendars. And I mean, you can use agents with this, especially with ChatGPT-5, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Like you could literally be like, I would like to order this for lunch, and like it just shows up, which is also kind of scary. The weirdest thing, this is kind of like really concerning me, is I will be like praying in the car for someone or something, and it's provided really cool, like at the end of the day it runs down like you had this really good spiritual moment where you discovered this, or like you were showing gratitude for all that God has done or something, and I like being able to see that. But as I'm praying, I'm also aware this is listening, and I've caught myself mixing those two things up, which that's a little concerning to me and kind of feels like a no-no, where like I'm talking to God, but I'm also like, well, I need to say this for context for the AI, and like, I don't know. That just feels kind of gross. The closer we get to her level technology, I'm good. Ben, we all know that you want to have an AI girlfriend, so I think you're the person who has most loved that film. And to your point, you were at like a young point in your life and that came across, and AI was like still a far distant like concept, and the film kind of nailed it. But it is funny to look back at it. I should clarify, the closer we get to the level of technology in her, before OS 1. OS 1. Yeah, before it gets weird. Yeah, but anyway, that whole prayer thing is concerning. But it's weird, along with that idea. I'll find I'm wanting to think out loud so my thoughts can be captured. But then I'm getting trained to like think out loud with context. To be fair, I also loved it, but I think Ben might have loved it for different reasons. Ooh. Maybe. Yeah. So I'll be like, yeah, I really need to tell William later that this would be a cool thing that we could do with email. Oh, Will is the new guy that like I hired. Like it's weird. Like I'm having conversations with myself, but I'm having to give myself context, even though I don't need context because I am me. It's a weird thing that's happening, and I like love it, and it's also weird. Craig said, I think prayer is such an intimate thing, and sharing it with a chatbot can maybe break that intimacy and focus between you and God. Yeah, I agree, Craig. The fact that like I have been praying and then switched, which it naturally happens too while I'm praying. Like I'll go from like talking and addressing God to like my mind will wander, and then I'm just thinking of other stuff that isn't really in conversation with God. But now there's like a third party that I'm accidentally starting to address, and I feel like that's not great. Yeah. Corey Johnson, what's up, dude? Today we're talking about Corey's new YouTube channel, which is fantastic. Everyone watching, go subscribe. This dude is vibes and has been killing the Instagram game for so long, and I've been wanting him to start a YouTube channel for so long, and he finally did it. Also, congrats, Corey, on the new baby. Being a dad is great, and you're really leaning into it, and I kind of love it, to be honest with you, because I think it's awesome. All right. So, yes, this device is weird. It's cool, but weird. That I'm trying to figure out how to navigate it and best use it. So anyways, yeah, what else? I also, another thing too, like people, I've read articles where people are just naturally depending upon AI more and more, where like they aren't learning things or researching things. They're just relying on chat to do that, sure. But then like I have seen it firsthand where people that I have worked with have started relying on it so much that they are like forgetting how to do their job because they're just relying on not only AI but like other people. So it's like a natural thing, I feel. Like if someone's better at something than you are and they're willing to take that. For instance, William has been absolutely killing the email thing. And if I rely on him too much, that's great if he's like working here and like we're doing good. But like the second he's gone, if I don't have some idea of what he's been doing, I'm screwed, right? And I think that's the same thing with AI. Like, we're gonna get to a point maybe where, like, if the internet goes away, or you go on like a mission trip or just travel and you don't have access to the internet, you're like, how do speak I? I don't even know how do I breathe? So, Corey. Yeah. Hey, you too, man. God bless you as well. Corey, link your channel in the chat. Yes, please do. Corey just started and he's got 50 subs already, which is no small feat, dude. You gotta understand that. YouTube is, like, I think one of the hardest platforms to grow on, so I don't know. You're bringing it, man. It's great. All right. Let's turn our attention to, like, the good stuff, because we've got some fun stuff today. So I don't have a ton, and if you guys have some stuff we could talk about too, that'd be great. Let's see. Let's switch on over. All right, here we go. I meant to do this earlier. Boop, 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 boop. Here's a sneak peek at everything we're going to talk about. Boop, 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 boop. All right. This is cool. This company, Hover Air, actually reached out recently, which I've always had my eye on them. They make that, like, drone that folds like this. If you guys remember that, I'm going to pull them up. Hover Air. What is that? They make this guy, which is cool. It's more of like it's less about like a drone that, like, you control and get really cool footage, and more about, like, it's just really good at tracking and following you around. It's more of like a selfie camera that flies around. But they do also have a really cool controlling scheme. Let me see if I can find, here it is, beacon, and like it like breaks off and then can fold into this like handle thing, which is super cool. But anyway, they just released a drone that is made for water, like water sports and stuff. And everyone's always so concerned that the drone's gonna fall in the water. And, like, good on them for being like, oh, well, then let's just make a drone that, like, that's part of it. Like, it's supposed to land and take off from the water. So if you're like kayaker, surfer, you just throw it in the water, man. And then it does its thing, which is super cool. And I don't have a way of testing this, really. I guess I could test in my parents' pool, or I could maybe get my buddy to take me to his lake house or something, but which would probably be the best, honestly. Or if I hadn't gone to the beach yet, that would have been cool. But yeah, this thing is sick. Like, I don't know. I think it's really cool. This one doesn't fold, obviously, but it's like meant to land in the water. So yeah, gone are the days where you're scared that your drone will get destroyed if it goes in the water, which is pretty cool. What do we feel about this? Is this something? It's kind of niche. Like, water sports guys and stuff will obviously use this, but I don't know. It's pretty neat. All right. Y'all can share your thoughts if you want, but I kind of do want to. I just saved, I don't know what video this is. I just wanted to talk about ChatGPT-5, which was just announced. They're moving more into like the AI agent space now, right? So Rabbit R1, the Rabbit company, called it large action models, so not just like language models where you're ChatGPT, right, going back and forth with language and research, but like AI actually being able to take actions on your behalf. So ChatGPT-5 with these agents and stuff is becoming closer to that, to be able to talk to Chat and say like, hey, my anniversary is coming up with my wife, could you book us, you know, a restaurant at Bloom, which is my favorite restaurant in the area, for Tuesday night at 5. And like Chat will literally create a virtual browser and do all those things for you. So like this idea of the computer actually able to then act upon things you're asking it to do. But then also like this ChatGPT-5, they mentioned it like ChatGPT-3 was like a high school level smart, which like there's burst of intelligence, but still kind of sophomoric in its knowledge and understanding. And then ChatGPT-4 was like a college level student, and apparently ChatGPT-5 is like an expert on any topic or something like that. So not only is it like way smarter now, but also it can apparently, you can be like, hey chat, make me an app that's this kind of video game, and it will like code the whole thing and create it for you. So like, gone are the days of having an idea and then having to learn how to code to get your vision to a reality. You can just speak it into existence. Yikes, that's so crazy to me. It's cool, but like also like, what are we playing at here? I don't know. Thoughts on Chat 5? Thoughts on Chat 5 chat? Yeah, it having a PhD thing to chat to. It is sweet. I do, as I said earlier, wonder how much we're gonna get reliant on it though. It's crazy. So I saw this just because, again, I want to talk about new iPhones because they're right around the corner. It's iPhone season. Yeah, we're starting to see cases that these case manufacturers get sent dummy models of the phones and stuff so they can create them. Something I like here is where I see more symmetry, which I love. There's 5 holes for speakers, 5 holes for microphone. This case, I don't know if this is an Apple thing or just the case. These 2 little holes usually are like for lanyard or something. I've been using it all morning. You talking about ChatGPT-5? It's already available. I haven't even, well, I went on there this morning to help with some writing, but I tried to get it to post a YouTube video the other day. I didn't have a lot of time, so it got to YouTube, and then it went to the YouTube studio, and then it went to sign in, and I just had to like manually take over and give it my password, and that's when I stopped. I didn't have time. But I just kind of wonder, like, if you give it access to a Google Drive and you say like upload this YouTube video, can it do all of this? Can it access your Google Drive, download the file, upload the file, fill out all of the description, title, grab a thumbnail from a Google Drive? Can it like make the most optimized and clickable title and description and add the best relevant tags all for you? If so, then Ben, you're out of a job, dude. I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. But it's just crazy, right? It's wild. What a world. I was trying to explain this to my daughter this morning in AI, and I was like, Lena, AI is something. Oh, you guys can't even see my screen. Woo! I'll share the iPhone thing here in a second. I was like, AI is this new technology. She's 4. Okay, so I was like, it's this new technology that I didn't have growing up, and it's going to be a big part of your world, whether you want it to be or not. And I was kind of trying to explain it to her, and she was like, wow, that's incredible. Like, I'm so thankful that I have access to this. It was really funny what she said. Waiting for chat to be able to watch videos and give feedback on it. Yeah, that's still a thing. You can't be like, here, watch this YouTube video and make me a script or to create a transcript from this video. Because that's something that I was trying to work into our workflow, was to just drop our YouTube video into chat and say, make me a blog post off of this. But it's not able to like watch YouTube videos. So here, hopping back over. I know chat's like a big thing we could talk about all day, and we might come back to it. But here's the iPhone phone case that I was referencing and you all couldn't see because I'm freaking awesome like that. First of all, I'm excited for this liquid glass iPhone that they're coming out with, which is going to be wild. Wait, is this Apple's case? Oh, this is like Apple's case. Interesting. I thought this was just a phone case manufacturer. Interesting. So Apple's gonna make these little lanyard holes. I wonder how they're gonna use those. I don't know. It's all rumor stuff anyway, but this is what I was talking about. 5 speaker holes on each side. I love me some symmetry. Love that. I mean, honestly, I love this thing. I don't know what you call this. The camera bar. Like, but the cameras are still not symmetrical, so that bothers me. But I do love symmetry. So the fact that they have stretched this across so it's uniform, I like that. But then, yeah, when you add in the camera bumps, it's dumb looking. That's why I'm really excited for the 17 Air, or I think it's going to be called iPhone 26. That makes a lot of sense to me. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. No one else has said that. Literally no one else has said that, I don't think. But the single camera looks so clean. The next best thing is the double camera, and the pros just look dumb. And I think when you stretch that across, but you don't move the cameras, that looks dumb as well. At least with the single camera, you've got some balance between the camera and then the flash on the other side. I'm surprised the camera control area is staying. Yeah. I still think they wanted a way to access AI and a button for that. And that's why they added the camera control button. And then they were like, well, we could do a lot more with this. It could be like a shutter for a camera. And I feel like that was like the reason that they created this, the camera control button. And now with them backpedaling with the AI stuff and not getting to do exactly what they wanted to with it, I don't know. It's probably going to be here to stay. It'd be interesting to see if they get rid of it, how they get rid of it in the future. You know what I mean? But I'm really interested in the new liquid glass color. Did our music stop? Why did the music stop? Was that the last one? No. Let's go to the next song. I'm really interested in the liquid glass color because I think that would just be interesting. It's like a pearlescent, which we've never seen something like that on an iPhone before. We've seen it on other phones for sure. But I don't know, man. I like the symmetry I'm seeing here. All right, we can move on. I already talked about Hover Air. Love how I do that sometimes. I just save the same things. Here's some better looks at it though. I wonder if this is like, it kind of looks like that's foam, which is kind of interesting. I hope that this is like replaceable, because like you could easily break that foam. Oh, it's been saying. I'm glad they made Siri a little better, but it's not to the point where I thought they would be after they announced Apple Intelligence. I thought if anyone would get it right first, it would be Apple. I think the biggest thing with Apple and AI is they leaned so heavy and hard into privacy first devices that became like a big thing for them, where like other phones aren't as private. And when you introduce something that needs to know a lot about you and access the internet, that is hard to manage when you're all on device, when everything is done on device. That's hard. And I think ultimately they ran into that. And then because they had that hindrance, they have to approach things from that level. And even though now like Apple can access ChatGPT and stuff, they're behind because they aren't ChatGPT. They're not an AI player. And the AI players are making the huge strides because that's what they're focused on. Apple has a billion other things to focus on. So I never thought, like, think about like Maps, when they were using Google Maps for so long and then they decided to make their own. Apple Maps sucked for so long and they had to play catch up. So I feel like that's the place Apple's in, where like they thought things would be easy and attainable, but they had these early on hindrances, and then now they're having to play catch up and they're having to like integrate with other companies and stuff like that. So I don't know, it kind of sucks because I do wish Siri was better, you know. I would love for Siri to be like the talkable chat. I love talking to chat. It's really fun. I hope that gets better. I'm sure it will. It kind of glitches out on me. I've also noticed like when you're talking to chat with whatever that's called, where like the little blue bubble and it talks back to you like in more of a conversational format. I don't know if it's purposeful or not, but she'll like slur her speech and her words, which is weird. She'll be like, I'm not so sure about that, but we should try again tomorrow. I don't know if that's like an internet thing or what, but it's just kind of funny. Yeah, I'm sure they're developing in the background. Siri will be better intelligence, but it wasn't ready yet. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, they're going to keep working on it. It's the future, whether we like it or not. So we'll just see when they roll out their own version, kind of thing. All right. This was interesting. Gamer installs massive OLED screen on a Steam Deck. Figured if Hunter was watching, he'd want to see this. This looks like a dumb AI image, but it's what caught my attention. Okay, no. Can I have a picture? Well, that didn't do anything for me. All right, I saved this because we've had the option to review mini PCs in the past. And my biggest thing was that I didn't own a PC, so I was like, maybe a mini PC, if they're powerful enough, like it's something I could game on and stuff. So I don't know. I guess that'd be my thing, because I don't need this for like editing or anything. I love Macs, but when it comes to like playing games on a PC, like Steam games and stuff, because they're not on Mac, this is something I've been interested in. So I don't know. It's something I've thought a lot about, and I've actually, Ace Magic is one that we've talked to before about reviewing their product. And that was the angle I took when I was talking with the brand. I was like, hey, I'd love to do this for sure, but like, can this handle AAA titles? Because like that's what I would want my use case to be. Think Mac Mini, but a PC. Well, I know, but are they powerful? Like, I don't know. Most like AAA titles don't run well on a Mac, and so you need a beefed up PC to run them. So I'm assuming, I just don't know this landscape. I have no idea PC stuff. I just have always loved and appreciated Apple for keeping it simple for me so that I can focus on creation with their tools. A lot of people use them to set up media servers and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. By the way, thanks for joining today, Ben. I don't know. I mean, I want to try one. I think it'd be kind of fun to tinker around with, maybe. I just don't do a lot of tinkering. I like taking products that are finished and final and good, and a brand presents them, and then I review them. That's what I like to do on our channel. That's why I like sometimes products like this. The review for me will be very face value on what I am using it for, because I'm not smart enough to dive in with like APIs and like making it into this amazing thing. Craig, what about Minis Forum? Also GMK Tech. Good mini PC brands as well. Thanks, Craig. We'll make a note of that. In fact, Minis Forum, GMK Tech. I need to look into those and maybe have William reach out. B-Link is another popular mini PC brand. I've seen their other tech creators. B-Link. See, that's the thing. I like that name the most. So if their product looks good, which it does, I'm more form and function, baby. You know me. I'm more inclined to go with someone like this. I like their name. Marketing matters a lot to me. I'm from a marketing and advertising background. This is wild. Is this how you like, you have your PC and then you can run a GPU outside of it externally? How does that work? These look clean, you know? Looks like Mac Mini. It's cool. And see, like this terminology, man, Ryzen SCR9 Pro AMD Ryzen 7H255. I know to some people they're like, oh wow, okay, or like, man, this kind of sucks. I have no idea if that means anything good or bad. So, did you guys see them? Okay, so these guys make the dock for the Mac Mini. I've seen a few of these docks. What is this? Is there anything along the back, or is it just external storage? Some stuff going on. That's pretty cool. I've seen quite a few of those. The ME Mini. What is this? Oh, it's NAS, huh? That's a nice looking NAS. So is this fully... This isn't hard drives, right? This is, yeah, SSD slots. I'd love an SSD NAS, to be honest. Hey, William, if you're still watching, We should reach out to this B-Link brand. I'd love to. NAS is something I'm really interested in right now because I just bought one with my own money, and then like 4 brands reached out and wanted to do videos with us about NAS. And getting away from Google Drive is really interesting to me. All right, we can move on, I think. That's enough mini PC talk for today, unless you guys love it. Both Minis Forum and B-Link made those crazy setups where you slot the actual mini PC into a docking station with a GPU. That could work. Hey, William! Heck yeah. This is fun. Craig, maybe I'll get you on. Maybe we'll do a FaceTime call or something, and you can help me through some of this stuff. That'd be fun. Like, this stuff just looks so, like, commoditized. Like, just... bleh. Bleh. I hate RGB lights, too. Whoopsies. I said it. All right, Tesla. Controversial these days, huh? I want a Tesla so bad. I've wanted a Tesla ever since I heard about Tesla, and when the Model 3 was announced, I was so ecstatic because it was like going to be the affordable Tesla, and no one in my town had one, and I was trying so hard to convince my wife and myself that it was a good idea to get one on lease because I didn't have any money, which leasing a vehicle is never a good idea. So I still really want one, but something I've been thinking a lot about recently is like, what are the differences nowadays that other car companies have had a chance to catch up? So this was interesting to me, just the idea of like comparing it to the Ionic 5, which I think the Ionic 5 is pretty cool looking. It's one of those things where I just don't know that Tesla can be beat. And the biggest thing is like all the self-driving stuff. Like, I know a lot of these vehicles, electric, great, technology in them, great, driving assist, great, but the self-driving is, I think, still what sets Tesla apart. And I could be wrong. Maybe other vehicles are catching up. I don't do a lot of car stuff. I'm not a huge car guy, so I'm not really sure how much other companies are catching up and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's something to consider. Like, I've been so set. I've told myself for like 5 years, probably more like 10 years, that my next car I buy will be a Tesla. So if I can't afford it now, then I'm driving my beat up car until I can, kind of thing. But I think that's another thing, is like Tesla is like so much more affordable than I think most people realize, especially like a used Tesla is like so affordable. And like for instance, my wife wants like a Kia Telluride, which is like a really big SUV, but those even used are like $35,000 up to $40,000, and like you can get a Model Y used for like $26,000. And I just feel like people think that Tesla's still this like unobtainable like luxury vehicle, and I just think they've become more lay person. Is that the right term? Anyway, I love Tesla. I still want one. I don't even really care about Elon and stuff. I just think it's like one of the coolest cars ever made. So, I wanted to do this because this charger, I have the white one, and I have been using it like every day. It packs so much battery, and you just throw it on the back of your phone. It's freaking awesome. And I haven't seen all these colors. I have this white one, I think. Oh wow, you can get all the way up to 10K on them? I think I have the lowest one. They do get a little thicker, it's kind of ugly. But I've also just been thinking of this because I'm most excited about iPhone 17 Air or iPhone 26 Air. And it's a thinner battery, so it probably won't last as long. So I've heard Apple might be making like battery cases again and stuff to meet that loss or whatever. And this is a great option. It sticks on the back of your phone so well. It's got a little kickstand built in, which is kind of dope. And of course, if you lay it sideways, it goes into standby mode because it's being charged. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say on that. What do we got here? Best Android phone accessories. Guys, I have a lot of thoughts about Android. That will make Android users mad, probably. I've just been spending more and more time with Android. I don't hate it, but I don't like or get accessories that turn your smartphone into a camera. Like, if you're going to spend that much time to strap stuff onto your iPhone, just get a camera. Chipolo, those are like the little trackers. Those have kind of risen up, huh? Remember when it was just, what was the brand that made the trackers before like anyone else? I don't remember. These little battery chargers are becoming so cool, and so many companies are able to do them well. Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. I'm an Android user. I figured, Craig, you know a good bit about PC. What phone are you using right now? All right, Ben, we'll catch you in a minute. Good luck putting the kiddo down. I'm personally excited to buy and review the new Google Pixel phone. I cannot use it as my daily driver, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna put my second phone number into it and carry two phones while I'm reviewing it, but I'm excited. I think Pixel, nothing phone. This was a real joy to use and really fun and a good experience. But I'm excited to try Google just because Google seems, for Android, on the same kind of ish level as Apple. And the whole thing with Apple has always been hardware and software that they make both of, and those going together. And the idea of Google making Google products and a phone that are designed to be those things seem really interesting to me. I've never liked Samsung. I've never tried one, but I don't like them. I don't get it. My wife uses this. Thanks, Belkin. Shout out Belkin for sending us a ton of products. You guys are great. Samsung just seems boring to me. Let's take a short segue here. Segue, tangent. There is in fashion, especially here, Roanoke, Virginia, Southwest Virginia. High fashion's not a thing here. For some people, a spot of people maybe, they're like in that world and interested. I've always grown up knowing that there are like nice clothes that you can wear, right? So like wearing a polo that is nice looking and made of nice materials. That's nice clothes. Let me read what Craig said. Poco M4 Pro 5G. Mid-tier phone, headphone jack, nice, expandable storage. Oh, Craig gonna switch to iPhone? Or is Craig gonna switch to nothing phone? I feel like we've talked before, Craig, haven't we? Maybe in the comments or something. All right, let me get back to it. It's like an analogy. I hate polos. There are people who are like, ooh, that's a really nice sweater. Like, it just is nice. But there's a difference to me between like something that's just nice and something that's like cool and new and special and nice in a different way. Like, I've never liked polos because I don't want nice. I want something a little bit cooler and different. Now, I've become a find the best t-shirt in the world guy and then order 10 of them and just wear them all the time. So I don't do a lot of fashion myself, but like I've never liked the idea of like just do your hair nice. Like I want it to be styled a certain way, and it's probably like the creative in me. Like there are people who aren't creative who can appreciate nice things. But what I'm getting to with this is Samsung to me seems nice. That's a good phone. It's solid. It's powerful. It has a nice design, but it's not less nice, more interesting. I would say so, William. And I feel like Apple has always approached things from a creative standpoint. Now, I feel like maybe they've gotten a little more nice over the years, but like, think of Steve Jobs' era, you know, where like they're making tools for artists. They're making tools for creative people. Even there's stuff now, like iPad is very much like for creative people. And what you can do with their products to make interesting, less nice, more interesting things. It was the whole IBM throwing the hammer at the machine, the big brother, right? Like, that was nice and powerful. But Apple was like, nah, let's be interesting. So I feel like Samsung is nice. Now I feel like Pixel is a little more playful. And I feel like Pixel is, especially with this new operating system that we talked about recently, someone mentioned and I looked into it. I don't remember what it's called. Maybe you know, Craig. Having like different colorful buttons and like there's it's nice design, but it's not boring design. And I feel like Samsung's boring. They're nice and boring. That's why I don't like Samsung, I think. I should make a video on that and offend half of the internet or more. I think that would be good. Okay. Let's see what's next. Ooh, this is a big one for me and my team here on the channel. Everyone but our new hire, William, you're gonna get one, has a Meta Quest 3. We do team bonding in the metaverse where we play games together. Let's see what Craig said. Might consider getting an iPhone, but not convinced yet. I'm pretty new, subscribed very recently because I enjoy your content. Thanks, dude. Thank you for being here. Jay Daniels. Totally fair view, and I'd say 100% agree. We have plenty of nice in the market. Nice is safe. Interesting is more fun. We love the risk takers. Well said. That's why I like Nothing Phone. They're taking risks. They're making weird looking phones because they can, and why not? And they're getting a lot of love for it, to be honest. Jay, excited for you to really try out the Pixel series. iPhone is comfortable, but the Pixel phones are beyond helpful day to day. Yeah, Jay, I get that too. And I know, especially with AI and stuff like Pixel, Google, there's more helpful tools. That said, man, I also made a video a long time ago. I need to make a video about this. I need to. I've got to. Like a really long video about what we're talking about. I made a video a long time ago about my love for Apple. And I compared it to how constraints make artists better. And the comparison is this. If a teacher tells you, I need you to write a paper, it could be about whatever you want. It can be as long as you want it to be. I just need it, you have it, and it's due whenever. I mean, there's gotta be some deadlines. Due before the end of the year. There's so much overwhelm, and I would argue second thinking yourself, second guessing yourself that goes into that, right? Because it could be whatever. So like, where do I even begin? Now, if the teacher says, I need you to write a creative paper on one of the best memories you ever had in your life and why it was so great to you, it's got to be 3 pages long and it's due by the end of the week. There's opportunity there to make something great because you have certain structure and guidelines that you can get very creative in that place. I think Apple creates guidelines with their devices so that you can be more creative. Things are efficient. They are like the ecosystem, which is like such a huge buzzword for Apple stuff, but like I can copy and paste stuff from device to device. I could go down the whole ecosystem thing and why it's great, but like Apple gives creative guidelines that help people be more creative. And some people would rather have that no deadline, no prompt kind of life. But for me, I don't have the time to explore that, and I don't know if I'm smart enough. So when it comes to PC and Android, there's more freedom, yes, but I don't know if I want it. Yeah, I don't know if I want it. I want my tools to work well, and I want to be efficient with them, understand them well. And that's another big thing, like jumping from iPhone to Android or vice versa, especially if you've been with one or the other for so long, is so hard to do, not just because like tools are different and you have to get to like know them, that's part of it, but like a deep understanding of the technology that you've been running with in tandem for 10 years. I just know Apple, and I don't have a reason to leave them. The reason that I would leave them is for exploration, which is part of my job these days. So like hopping over to here is fun, but like there's not an advantage of hopping here. And I don't really have time for distractions right now. And Apple works, and it works really well. And though it constrains me in certain ways, it's a welcome constraint. Boom. That's the video. Chat. Edit everything I just said into a video and post it to my YouTube channel. One day, right? That's that. Okay. Share your thoughts if you want. I'll hop back to it. I want to talk about this. Everyone on our team has MetaQuest 3, and it's fantastic because it's just so cool. And I'm just excited for the future of VR, mostly because of like teamwork and games, and both of those. We have so much fun with the MetaQuest 3, and like I just know, like if you look at like the stats of like how big the screens are and how heavy the headset is, those are only going to get better. So I saw this where Meta's got some prototypes they're throwing around on the internet. This looks absolutely ridiculous, but I like this idea of like a flap, like the screen is just like whoop. That's cool, and I'm sure it's way lighter. So anyway, I'm in the position where like when Meta releases their next MetaQuest 4 or whatever it's gonna be called, we're getting one. Like there's not an option. We're just gonna get it because I just love using the MetaQuest, and I want to make a video on that too. Guys, I want to make so many videos. There's only so many hours in the day. But I saw this article and it got me excited because they've been kind of quiet on a new headset for a long time. So I haven't really read this, but tiramisu. This looks ridiculous. What if it was like 3 feet long? You're just like, what? Anyway, those are my thoughts there. What is this? NAS. Oh, I kind of already talked about this. I just saw this, and I've just been interested in NAS recently because of the team and everything here and our production and being able to own that. Something I'm doing right now, which is kind of stupid and scary, is in my NAS, I just have one hard drive, 4 terabytes. And if that were to like fail, all my stuff would be lost. I need to get another hard drive and then RAID configure them. This is all new to me as well, which basically means if one fails, the other can rebuild that one when you add in a new one. And you can do that across multiple hard drives. It's just hard for me to imagine buying another hard drive, not for more space, but just to have a backup of like a backup. Does that make sense? I feel like if I'm buying another hard drive, I want to have now 8 terabytes, but I would still have 4 terabytes. There'd just be a duplicate copy. NAS is interesting. NAS is interesting. What is this? HuffPix Award. These lighters are kind of cool. Have you guys seen them, like the arc lighters? I have one from, there's like a pirate related brand that reached out to us one time. We made a video on, me and my friends. Hands-free wearable fan. Yo, we've had something kind of like this. They're like 2 little fans that like blew up on you, and we used them at like a really, really hot outdoor event once, me and my wife, and everybody there was like, where'd you get those? They were all like sweating. We were like, we brought them from home. Amazon. Good luck. Smart plugs. I don't know. Pressurized steam cleaner. MagSafe Apple charger. These are kind of boring. Jay, how many brands? Pete's Pirate Life? No. Blackbeard. Fire starter. Yep. These guys. I use these every time I start a fire, by the way. So I think the company started with these things, which are like little ropes that are just like doused in lighter fluid. And I think that was like Blackbeard. They're like black ropes. But they make these matches that are like waterproof. There's the little arc lighter that I have. Why is my no watch going I don't know what that is. But then they have these fire plugs, which are pretty cool. They're like these little tiny, like, they look like earplugs that you kind of like rip apart, and then they're super flammable. I usually use that to start a fire. They've got the ferro rod, which is cool, but I really like that little arc lighter. It was fun working with them. They were super nice, and I got to make a video with my bros. We meet every Tuesday night for a fire pit, so it was cool to have a sponsor for that. Jay, how many brands? Oh, how many brands? You have my attention. How many, Jay, how many brands reach out to you about just like, where is it? How many brands reach out to you about like stuff like this? Like just really inexpensive chargers or car batteries or MagSafe chargers. Another pirate brand to look into. Well, William, you're Redbeard, so wasn't Redbeard like? Didn't he have like a turban? He was like more like Middle Eastern or something. It's pretty cool. I like some good pirate culture as well. But yeah, I'm interested to hear, Jay. And what do you do about those? Because like a lot of the products are like good. Like I'm sure this is a good MagSafe charger, but how do you can't make a full YouTube video on that. I've thought recently about like bundling together a bunch of them into like a buyer's guide or something, but most brands don't want to be in videos with competing brands or other brands. I don't know. Interested to hear how you navigate that. Oh, by the way, everyone go subscribe to Jay. He's got a tech channel as well. That stuff's really great. Really great. All right, Halo smart glasses. What do they do? Oh, is this Brilliant Labs? Oh, it is Brilliant Labs. Yeah, they had Brilliant Labs made these open source smart glasses that a ton of people. I saw this one guy who like did this like months long challenge where he would just have his smart glasses tell him what he was gonna do that day, like every day for like months, and he would just film himself like, it said I was going to get coffee this morning, so we're going to get like. I didn't really watch it, but it was really interesting. But these are the things that he would wear, which I thought these were really interesting. And I actually talked to, I think I chatted on like LinkedIn or something with the owner of this. I don't remember his name, but I guess they're making new ones, Halos. Wonder what all these do. This is a screen, believe it or not. It's like a tiny screen, but since it's right here on your eye, it looks way bigger, which is kind of cool. All right, Jay, basically every other day. It was way more, but I figured out how to remove myself from certain lists. I have a real problem with that, Jay, because I always see it as money on the table, and I'm paying, this is my full-time job now, and I've got other guys who work for me that I'm paying. It's hard for me to just like, you're a little ahead of me there. I have thought about it. We have some lists we've been added to that like we get like really dumb stuff, like a Hawaiian shirt, or like, do you want to review our new brown paper lunch bags? Nope, I don't. Anyway, this is interesting though. These glasses, just because I know and I follow the guy on LinkedIn, I can see how successful they've been in this like developer area of the market with these original frames. These are a little more stylish and probably iterate really well on what they've learned from that open source way they've been doing things. Oh, well, I think we're at the end. If you're watching and you're not aware, we have a website called formfunction.site, and we only put our favorite products that we have handled and have the Form and Function stamp of approval on. So I kind of created this because people were asking me, what's your favorite product you've ever reviewed? I also just wanted like a shoppable place where we could put our discount codes and like you come to this site for premium tech or premium products that we love, and hopefully we've gotten you a discount code. If not, they're all affiliate links. So this is something we continue to build out, and I just think it looks sick. It's just a Squarespace site, but I think it looks so nice. We also have a newsletter. You can also sort through by different things. So appliances, coffee makers. Yeah. Again, TKO2. I was able to see their new product, by the way. It's called Demi, the successor to this, and it looks so nice. I'm excited for it. Yeah, and we also have the newsletter, formfunction.news, where monthly we share a few different things. I'm kind of changing up the content that I'm going to put on there, but it also looks really nice, I think. Just minimal. It's funny how like every product on these two sites is black and white. It's like, I only like tech products that are black and white. Maybe that's true, I don't know. There's some pops of color. There's some saddle brown for you. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Hour long. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. These have been really fun, and it's like every week, like one new person joins us, and that's growth to me and exciting to me. And I really just love talking about tech and not just trying to tell my wife about it and her getting annoyed, or talking with the bros here, which is great. We always love talking about tech, but I don't know. Yeah, thanks, William. Everyone say welcome, William, because he has joined our team, and I'm really excited for him to be here. He's already killing it. And of course, Ben joined in. Ben's our editor, always killing it as well. Ben, enjoy the beach. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Is that all that really joined in today? Boom. Corey. Thank you, Corey. He hopped in for a brief second. Hope he's getting sleep. He's got a newborn. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you all. We'll see you next Friday, I hope. And we've got loads of more content coming out. It's going to be sick. Tell your friends about this live stream. And if there's a time that works better for you, let me know. I just picked Fridays because I thought it would be fun. Lunchtime chat. But anyway. Sweet. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. And we'll see